there. I don't know why that thing pops up over there. Come over here. I think that's better. Okay, that's good. So a net torque applied to a rigid object always tends to produce, we know what's going to happen. That thing's just going to go spinning in a circle. So we know we're not going to get linear acceleration. Do you think a net torque produces rotational equilibrium? What do you think? Benny Ben. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think a net torque applied to a rigid object always tends to produce rotational inertia? What do you think about that, Cole? No, rotational inertia doesn't get produced by a torque. Rotational inertia exists because objects resist changes in motion. Like, we know that I, in this case, is 1/3 ml squared. We don't need to do the calculus, we just know that. But torque didn't produce that. That is a function of mass itself and where mass is located. Okay, so do you think a torque applied to a rigid object always tends to produce an angular acceleration? Sure it does. And you know, some of you probably in your minds went, well, if Tia is correct, then a net torque should absolutely produce that angular acceleration. So that's all we're looking for, gang. That's it. That's the wrap. Okay, we've got a lab that we're going to do. Why don't you guys pull out those sheets? And today, we're going to jump right into that lab. And I think I solved a riddle. Last night, I was struggling a little bit. So I've got something new for us that I'm hoping is going to make us happy with this lab. And Pri, I'll be your partner today, bud. It'll be fun. Really not much to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what I've discovered. Pri, I'll give you a visual of what we're going to do today. And I got lots of stuff everywhere, so let's tidy this up just a hair so that life is good. Could you guys open Capstone on your computers? I've got Capstone open on mine, I think. Pri, can you see what I'm up to? Pri? Pri, you there? I can't hear you for real. I heard something, so there is evidence that you're alive. That's all. I want to make sure you weren't abducted or something, bro. That's all. And you're not. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is, I know that yesterday I had us set up the big golf clubs. I'll tell you, the big golf clubs are, thank you, sir, the big golf clubs, I think, are a little bit cumbersome. This is a rotary sensor. When we plug this rotary sensor in, it's going to give us angular velocity. It'll give us acceleration. It's pretty cool. The problem was our clubs were so big, it wasn't going to work real well. So you know what I did last night? I drilled holes into rulers that I cut. So check this out. If you screw this thing into here, and now this will keep track of the acceleration itself. How cool is that? Right? So how are we going to make that work, Matthew? Well, here's what I'm thinking. If we just put it out here perpendicular, we can adjust the height right here on this. We can take 100-gram mass Let's not do 200s. Let's do hundreds now. I know I said 200s. I'm changing my mind on all this stuff. And then what we will do is we will plug these in. We're going to use 2 ports for capstone. And 1 port, we're going to load in a motion sensor, which we'll put out here. And this will get the linear velocity of our golf ball. And then the other port will get us a rotational velocity of this. So that's what we're going to be up to today. So you're going to need you're going to need this rotary sensor, motion sensor, 2 USBs. So let's start building and let's do the lab. Let's not wait even a second longer. Let's just put this together. Pri, you can be my partner. Me and you are going to do this lab. And we're going to do this lab probably, I don't know. I think I'm going to do my lab up on there so you can see what I'm up to. And then Ashima can also see what I'm up to. And I know it's kind of funky, but should work out. Should work out just fine. And then I might smack my ball this way. You know, I'm going to smack the ball from over here. So, I'm going to move my computer to here. I'm going to start right here.
Can we get lab stands like what you have there?
I'm sorry, what's that, buddy?
Can we get lab stands like what you have there?
Oh, yeah. Your ring stands are right here. Why don't y'all come over and get some ring stands, legit ring stands. And then here's a cross arm for you. Cole, you take whatever you want, buddy. And then the key is that I got to give you a ring stand that'll fit nicely. There you go. That'll work for you. What's that, buddy? Oh, I think they're all sitting over there by that PVC pipe. By the thermostat? Okay. You need one of this, sister, and yeah. Couldn't be better. You don't anymore. You don't. You know? I think I just made this lab 1,000 times easier. Very good, bud. Then you need a base stand too, huh? You need a big dog. And you need this. Does that fit? Sure it does. And then that's what Big Ben needs. There you go, buddy. You're in, man, just like that. You, sir, are in. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had one. Do you want to use? That one? Yeah, use that one. Here, we'll modify it. Yeah, let's do that. Pri, I'm almost ready, dude. Another USB. want to, I swapped out for something easy. Yep. That's good. There you go. It's all right. Cushy, you need one USB sensor. Okay. I get it. This is fine. Stick it in further. Oh, you're saying that's jacked up. That's jacked up. Yep. Jacked up. Hey, Cushy, I got a plan. Here, try this. Try that right there. How is that even possible?
What did you say?
I said, I got a plan. Now here, you use my USB sensor. There you go.
I need no.
Hey, what are you pulling on me? What are you pulling on me? Okay. So, I hope you have the worksheet out now. I'm going to go get the worksheet, and then we'll get to work. You guys need 100 gram masses, don't you? You're kidding. Cole, how do you use that red one? Screwdriver? Okay. I can't believe, Cushy, you're missing one. So, Cushy, walk up to my thing. Let's do yours up here. Like mine's good to go. So you can use my setup and everything. That's all these problems, Cushy. Free can be your partner. And I'll be the helper. I'll help people. As long as you don't mind, sis, you mind. You got 100. Cal, you need 100, buddy? You need 100? You need 100, bud? And then you got your ruler ready. Here's a ruler for you. Yeah, we got them right there. Oh, that's weird. Cole, here's one that works. There. Everyone's perfect. Oh, gotcha. You put that bag off of it there. Your ruler? Yeah, right on. Everybody's got a ruler? Okay. Get it, got it, good. And then we just need to follow along in our line. There you go. I mean, it should be as easy as falling off a log, people. As easy as falling off a log. Jeremy, are you with us yet? No. Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy, you're with us. How you doing? Awesome. Okay, where you guys need to end up, we're all going to do the lab together. Okay? So, this is where you guys should be. You want me out of your way, kid? Let's do this. Hey, everybody today, let's start on 6. Let's start on part 6, where it says, now let's find the angular acceleration of the golf club immediately before the collision. All right, that's what we're going to do. So you tape that on the edge of that piece of tape, huh? Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, Cal. That's pretty good, dude. It should work. You need a golf ball, huh? A little wonky. I'll toss you. Here, Cushy. I don't know what I did. Look, I hate to take something. Fix it. You look qualified. You look qualified to fix it. Everybody needs golf balls, huh? Yeah. These two USBs. Other side. That's what makes these Macs awesome. These Macs have two USB ports. That's why they're so valuable. That's why I can't give it up. You need me to slide this down to get out. That'll work. That'll for sure work. So for this first trial, we don't need to smack the golf ball for our first trial. Okay? We're going to smack the golf ball later, alligator. Well, you know what? It'll end up being here. Inevitable. Like, that's what it's inevitably going to do. So, because eventually we're going to smack the golf ball. But we don't got to do that right this second. We'll do it eventually. So now you're all set. We're going to get the angular acceleration of this tree. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take this thing up, and we're going to pick a place, and we're just going to find out what its maximum angular acceleration is. And I don't remember. It says we're finding the velocity of the club at the instant before the collision. In a real golf swing, that's at the bottom. Okay, the max velocity. Start with the club head parallel to the ground. Now you allow your club to swing freely up and down in practice. Next, use the capstone or remote sensor to find the max velocity of your club head. Above, do 3 trials and list the average of these trials. That should be pretty simple. You know what? I do not believe this needs to go parallel. It just, we just got to be consistent. I might just pull it back to where my thing touches my metal bar. Like, I'm just going to release it from here each time. Okay? And then once we run the software, we're going to know how fast it is. We're literally going to read the software. Okay? Yeah. Okay. The motion sensor is for part 2.
Don't use the motion sensor.
Don't use the motion sensor, Cole. Don't touch it, Cole. You're going to use it, so don't disconnect it. But don't use it. You don't need it. You need the rotary motion sensor. That's what we really need. That's a whole lot of cushy, huh? That's way too much cushy in there. We're eavesdropping in on the computer screen. Here, I'll run it. I'll run the computer screen. All right, boys, if you can see what we're up to here. Oh. Here, maybe, hey, let me pin this thing now. Yay, there we go. Hey, that's pretty good. So now, that way, they can kind of see what we're up to. And this is what Cushy's doing over here. She's got a rotary sensor. We're going to make that work. Why is this not tightened up? What is up with me? Oh, there. That's my bad. Live streaming, awesome. Okay, so Cushy's ready to get some angular velocity for me. Y'all select angular velocity, okay? Whenever you're ready, kiddo. Oh, how cool is that? You're good. You're good. So look how cool that is. You can tell so easily what the maximum velocity is, right? Because it repeats itself. It looks like you hit the nail on the head at 4 radians per second. You guys catching that? It's 4 radians per second is our first number. 4 radians per second is what that green graph. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about the other graph. So that's pretty cool. We're going to do it again because it says do it 3 times. So whenever you're ready, sis, because it don't matter. It's already ready to go. Ooh, are you going to drop it from there? Are you going to, because that's not very consistent.
Yeah.
Why don't you take it up? Hey, Cushy's going to redo where we're dropping it from. So our first data may be a little bigger than 4. So let's try it again, sis. It's definitely bigger than that. So, yeah, we'll just redo the first one. It's not Cushy's fault. We just want to make sure we've got a way to do it consistent. And
5.5.
you know what? Let's do this and stretch. Ooh, that's better. What do you think?
5.4.
Yeah, 5.4 is it. So, Cushy redid it, and it's 5.4. Okay, so we got 5.4 as one of them. So that's 5.4 right there. You know what's nice is, Ashima, you can fast forward through this, right? Okay, we're going to do it again. Oh, is that consistent? 5, ooh, is that 5.3?
Yeah. Oh, 5.2.
For real? This is what's nice about this program. You just keep increasing it until you can get better looking boundaries. What do you think now, sis?
Oh, yeah, 5.5.
5.5. 5.5 that time. So we're at 5.5 on this. Y'all doing okay? And you've only got to let it go for like a second. It doesn't have to go for infinity. You're literally just using this to find the maximum velocity. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's perfect. Sure. Okay, let's do it again. How cool is that for periodic motion, right?
Yeah.
Cushy, we are an amazing team, and we are at same number.
Yeah, 5.5.
5.5. That's it. Okay, 5.5. Now we're going to average it out, and the average number is 5.45. Well, 5.5 would be like 5.475. Really,
Yeah.
right? I mean, hey, let me get a calculator. We'll play the game for real. We'll play the game for real. Here, I'll let you calculate. I'm going to go make sure everybody's cool out here. This is good. This looks good. Is this not? Oh, it's sturdy. You might have to hang on. Is that good? Did you get your up there with the boundary? Angular velocity right here. Click on that. You have such a rotary sensor. You do not. Okay. You have the right thing select. Good. You know, the right program. You have the wrong sensor. For some reason, it's only going with this sensor. I see you have that in there. So let me do a check and see exactly what's it totally did something. So, okay. It's okay with this. It doesn't know that's in the block. So I'm going to Yeah. There's when. It just, for some reason, it wasn't picking it up. Not your fault. I don't know why. I just wasn't happy. All right, so now we should be good. We should be able to get out of that. Just like you don't need that. Did that just appear for you? Now you've got a rotary sensor, so angular velocity. And then over here, we don't even need that right now. So you go ahead and hit record, it's going to give you your value. Okay. Decide how far up you want. Get parallels to it. You can hit stop. Sweet. Just figure out how far that is. You can move it around. You can make that graph bigger. All right, everybody. It looks like what we're doing right now is we are moving from 6 to, we can test the value of t by setting up a physical measure and measuring the predicted period of the simple harmonic motion using this. Guess what? We can use the period from our last graphs. Yeah, so let me find my last graph in here. Where is that? There is a way to get to there. Do you know how to bring up the last graph, Cushy? I can throw my glasses on because I can't see anything. What's that, bud? Delete last run, brought it back. Oh. Nice. Now, you know how you get your period from that point to that. See, that's pretty cool, man. Did you bring it back up, Cushy?
There's no.
There is. Guess what? Hit delete last run.
Yeah, but.
And then hit that blue return button up there.
I have to do it a couple times, like scrolling on the mouse.
Wow.
Is it?
Who's
I don't know which
that?
one this is. I think this is the second one.
Yes, we did.
Or-
Did we not do? Oh, there's your period. There to there.
But this one is for.
It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right.
My calculator almost
Yeah,
That one?
I think so. Is it?
For sure.
Yeah, 5.5.
For sure it is. So, yeah, so we're getting our period off of the graph is what we're doing right now. So 3.2 to 4. What is that? 3.2, 3.12, 3.15 to, see how I'm doing that?
Yeah.
Or find one that's even easier. Find one that lines up even easier. Okay, boys. So
1.5.
1.5. So we're going to set 1.5. We're going to set 1.5 up, set it equal to 6.28 radical, and then we're going to calculate that I, and we're going to use MGH, and that M is 0.10. And then our height, we're going to have to measure that using a legit meter stick. Guys, and meter sticks. Cole, you're doing great. You can use that. Oh. You want a legit meter stick, bud? A legit meter stick with you? Okay, sis, that's fine. That looks great. Cal, you doing okay? Cool. So for this, you're going to read the period of a graph. Do you know the period that this between peak to peak, trough to trough, whatever? Benny Ben, you doing okay, bud?
so I supposed to measure
No, your MGH is literally where your mass was above the surface of your, like any energy equation right there. You okay, sis? We need to measure that?
And then what eye do we use?
You're calculating I.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't it say to find it?
Is T the period?
Yes, sir. I'm kind of using that as a reference. I'm going to say the center of mass is 0.39 meters above the table. Okay? So here's what we're doing. Here's what Cushy's doing right now. Cushy is setting this up based on this equation. And we're trying to solve for this unknown value I. So we looked at the graph and we selected a period. And I'll send you guys a copy of this. I'm going to take a screenshot. Hey, why don't you guys take a screenshot of one of your graphs to put. We don't need screenshots. This isn't a formal lab. Just kidding. Cushy, what'd you get for our period? Was it 1 point something?
5.
1.5. So Cushy got 1.5 seconds. And we literally got that off of a sinusoidal graph where we measured from here to here. That's how we found out our period, looking at our graph. And this is 6.28. This is radical. We're solving for the I. The mass was 0.1 kilogram. Gravity's 9.8. Duh. And then I was off the surface of the table by 0.39 meters. And Cushy will determine an I value now using her amazing mathematical skills.
I got 0.0218.
0.0218. So, if it pleases everybody, it's 0.022 kilograms meters squared. Okay? That's amazing. Okay, so we just calculated our predicted I. Oh, we were supposed to find the predicted period from the I. Okay, we just did. Okay, we just did number 8 for number 7. Like, doesn't it say, let's see, below, show your calculation for predicted, we were going to find a predicted period from what we found in number 5. Yeah, we gotta go to number 5. And we've got to predict a value. That's what we're doing right now. Yeah, we got to derive an expression for a moment of inertia of your weighted golf club, given your pivot point. So we've got to do 5 first. Now we know that. Okay, so everybody, we have to do number 5 before we do number 7. So that's my mistake. For number 5, we have got to come up with a way to get the moment of inertia of this system. I, for our golf club, it's going to look like this. Parallel axis theorem. So we've got to do the parallel axis theorem. That's how this is going to work. Okay? So we need to get the mass of our little tiny rulers, and all of our rulers are really, really close. So they won't deviate by much. So let me get a mass for those guys. And your length of the ruler should be really easy, right? The mass of the ruler is 0.04 kilograms. And then the length of this thing, this is pretty nice. 0.5. This becomes our theoretical value. That's our theoretical or actual. That's our theoretical or actual value. We're going to put this number down for 5. Coach is going to do some amazing mathematical skills on it.
I got 0.0129, so 3.
0. Point what?
0.1.
And what was our other one? 0.02. That's not bad.
Yeah, 2. And this is 1.
You know what? Yeah, we're doing this right. Yep, we're doing this right. Somebody's talking. Hello? He sure is. Oh, absolutely. No worries. You got it. Bye-bye.
Oh, wait.
Did we do it right?
No, wait.
Hang on, because she hasn't added it right. Did you not add in a
No, I didn't square the
Oh, is that going to make it even smaller?
Yeah.
0.039 would be wonderful.
I did it.
From doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be wonderful. What did I? Yeah, I.
Yeah.
Did you square both of those?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you take? Here, I got another calculator. We'll all calculate this thing. Let's see what we got here. All right, this is a very small number right here. This guy right here is 0.003. So now we got to get this guy right here, which is 0.1 times 0.25 squared. Yeah, that's a really small number too. Plus 0.006. I'm getting 0.01. 0.01 is what I'm getting. Now, I am curious. It's okay, man. It's okay. Yeah, did a parallel axis there. It's okay. That's it. I mean, that's not tragedy. So we're gonna say this is our theoretical I value. Okay, that's our theoretical I value, and it's small. So now what we've got to do is below we derived an expression for that. So we're good. We found the angular velocity. That's good. Now we've got to modify 7. 7 wants us to predict. 7 wants us to predict what our t will be. So we're solving for t using 2 pi radical 0.01 divided by mgh. Oh my goodness, that's the bell. So we actually stop our lab here on number 7. I would love for you guys to take your apparatus and push it to the back wall. Okay? Sorry we didn't get done, people, but the lab takes what time it takes. So that's a wrap for right now. That is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to leave everything out, because guess what? We gotta do this whole thing, right? You're not supposed to use the restroom in between periods. That's the school rule. I mean, but what I'll do is as soon as the bell rings, you can go. And I don't know, maybe kids are doing that, but they're telling us not to do that. And I don't know why. Maybe there's a reason.